Stop the tow.
Roger, stop the tow.
Execute.
Can 3 inexperienced snipers save Captain Phillips at 225 yards? What about at 90 yards through branches and into a building? Because there are 3 of us trying to synchronize our shots, this is much harder than it appears. Hey guys, this is Mike and we have 2 friends of mine here, Rodney and Lee. We are going to use Ryan Cleckner's technique on some distance shooting. The farthest you ever shot with your AR so far?
75 yards.
75 yards with an M400, Sig Sauer. The farthest you shot with an AR is about the same thing, 75 yards. You're both hunters though, right? Yes. So you don't hunt a lot. You hunt what, every 5 years or so?
Yeah. All right.
So they're part-time hunters, but never shot any long distance shooting with an AR. We're going to mirror or emulate the Captain Phillips scene. Obviously, we're not going to be in the ocean, but we're going to mirror it. Today we're going to emulate the iconic Captain Phillips Navy SEAL sniper scene. The scene inspired me to invite a couple of friends to try our hands at precisely synchronizing sniper shots on 3 targets. This is much more difficult than it appears for inexperienced shooters. When all 3 pirates reveal themselves, the commander gives the order to execute and the Navy SEAL snipers instantly eliminate the 3 pirates. The first trial we did was at 90 yards through branches and trees into a shoot house where the 3 targets were hiding out. From right to left, the targets are assigned to Mike, with Captain Phillips hands up right next to Pirate 1, represented by the C-Zone steel target. The middle target is Rodney's 2-foot by 3-foot bullet trap with a T-Rex Arms chameleon target pointing a pistol. The target to the farthest left is Lee's 2-foot by 3-foot bullet trap with a T-Rex target holding a shotgun. In the movie scene, the commander calls out 1 green and 2 red, then 2 green and 1 red. The greens and reds are codes for targets that are positioned to safely engage on the commander's order to execute. If any one of us misses, Captain Phillips dies.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Rodney was issued a Sig Sauer M400 with a Romeo red dot and a 3X Vortex magnifier. This is not a typical SPR or DMR, but is certainly capable of handling a 100-yard shot under these circumstances. This was the longest distance Rodney had ever shot an AR, and the 6 eye surgeries he had made this very difficult. Lee was issued a Daniel Defense M4V7 with a Strike Eagle 2 and a 3X Vortex magnifier. This is also not a typical SPR or a DMR, but it's certainly capable of handling these circumstances as well. This was the longest range Lee had ever shot in an AR as well. His limitations were only his experience level. Mike was issued a BCM Mark 12 with a 1-6X Vortex HD Razor. This is more than an adequate setup for this challenge. Previous to this scene, Mike had shot the Mark 12 no more than 150 rounds at distances of 75 to 200 yards with no formal training. Is there any hope for saving Captain Phillips with 3 rookie snipers? Well, let's see.
Shot.
OSS, I need eyes on. Sir, they're gonna shoot him. Oh! Gun drawn.
Stop the tow.
Roger, stop the tow.
Execute.
3 green, execute. 3 green, execute. How you doing, Rodney? Hey, I'm in the middle of a shoot right here. I can call John. I forgot to call John. Oh shoot, I forgot to do my watches too. Honey, there are about millions of people are getting ready to watch this video, so I really gotta go. No, not tens of people, millions. She's saying tens of people, only tens of people watch our videos. I love that lady. That's my girl. All right, here we go, back to work. 3 green, execute. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 11. And this guy just got shrapnel from here, but he's still alive. Dude's still alive. For now on, just headshots on him. You're accurate enough. This is you, right?
No, that's Dad.
Oh, this is good. You did well. You adjusted. This is what you had the first time. You had these shots straight at the middle. And then you adjusted, you had them all hits. All these are hits. Every single one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of them are hits. What was your point of aim when you were doing these? Do you remember?
Center of the ribs.
Center of the ribs? Okay. Well, that's pretty good. This is all really good shots right here. So I would just try and shoot there and then shoot. I'd shoot 4, let's say do 5 and 5, 5, and try and get 5 and 5. That'd be awesome. Killer way to do it. All right.
I just scoot mine over because if you notice, that was the only part of the target I could see. Right. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be perfect now.
All right. Now let's see. Hey, Lee, if your dad outshoots you, dude.
It's a tight group. I seriously couldn't see the person.
That's right. That's why I believe you, Lee. I believe you. What do you think? What do you think, Rodney?
I think mine's pretty close to dead, and his is walking around shooting at him.
And actually, this guy is sitting there saying, "You really suck, man. Captain Phillips is a dead man."
Put one in his throat.
Okay, I see that.
Where? I don't see one in his road. Where? That's.
Ooh, that's shrapnel.
That's shrapnel. That's from me. That's shrapnel from me. So he's.
I'm close enough with that shotgun. He's pulling the trigger on you.
I'm telling you, I couldn't see him.
Put $1 on it. Put $1 on it.
I'll put $1 on it.
All right, headshots only for you, Lee. Execute. Execute. 3 green, execute. That $1's gonna be worth $1 million.
I'm never spending it.
Yep. You never spent. He just said he's not spending it. Means he thinks he's already won it. Rodney, Lee, 3 green, execute. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a double 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think I'm pulling. My body was way off to the left.
I think he owes me some money.
Yeah. Take a picture of it. You can send him a. This is you. This is you,
that's
right? Yeah, but he did well.
Yeah.
He did well.
Is he good?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9, 10. Whoever shot the first target gets it. And I like saying that Rodney got this first target because I thought he had it the first time last time. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. You got 8 kill shots out of 10. These two, 1 miss, and then actually probably would be very, very dangerous, very deadly.
You'd probably put him on the ground.
Yeah.
It'd stop him.
Yeah. Especially with a 223 or a 556 is going through so fast. This wasn't set up to be a competition, but as you know, when there are people counting, people are competing. So Lee took 3rd place with a 36% overall hit rate. He said he couldn't see the target the first set, and I guess I believe him. Rodney took 2nd place with a 64% overall hit rate, even with his trembling hands and his eyesight. So I gotta hand it to Rodney. He is the champion of this overall set. I don't really consider myself one of the competitors here. Although I got a 91% hit rate, including the harder red shots, it's nothing to brag about. I should have been at 100% on all red shots. I'm sort of ticked I didn't ace this challenge. The next day, I went back to the shoot house alone with my 11.5-inch Triarc 5.56. I wanted to see if I could do better standing than prone. Same 90-yard distance, 5.5-inch shorter barrel, same 3x magnification. The last three on each side was, I put it in between a tree like this, kind of put it in between a V and held it there, so it wasn't a perfect stable platform, but it was pretty good. The one before that I was leaning against a bigger tree like that, and the first set I was just standing freeform or freestanding like this. This proved to me that it was definitely the shooters and not the gear. Let's get on to the 225-yard scene next. We are going to use Ryan Cleckner's technique on some distance shooting. It's kind of a medium range shooting, about 225, but we're going to mirror or emulate the Captain Phillips scene. Obviously, we're not going to be in the ocean, but we're going to mirror it by three of us getting up there, taking 3 shots at about 225 yards down this lane here. And what's going to be interesting is the moving of us moving around and jostling a little. Even our heartbeat will move the bed of the truck ever so slightly, which makes it really difficult. So with a 3x power and about 225 yards, this is a tough shot. In the 225-yard scene looking down the Pineland Forest lane, Mike and the BCM MK had the mini ADAP target to the left. Lee and Daniel Defense M4V7 had the C-zone target in the middle. And Rodney and the Sig Sauer M400 had the C-zone target on the right side. While Mike had twice the scope magnification as Lee and Rodney, Mike's mini ADAP target had about half the surface area of Lee and Rodney's C-zone steel targets. I gotta tell you, I feel kind of bad that I underestimated how difficult it was going to be for Rodney to be able to see the target, let alone hit it. I also underestimated how stressful it can be for people who have never been put into a shooting situation like this. This is one to build on and shoot again. My Red Shot series with the BCM MK proved that it is well within reason for a rookie to be able to perform as long as one has the right equipment, a stable platform, and trigger discipline. Next time out, I'll test all 3 rifles with a typical 5-shot group and see how these rifles will perform with 5.56 M193 range ammo. I'm hoping for a 1 MOA for the BCM and less than a 2 MOA for the Sig and the M4V7. I have total confidence that the Sig M400 and the M4V7 would shoot better than a 2 MOA at 225 yards, but I am guessing that the limitation will be the 3x magnifier, just not enough magnification to be able to see the target very well. Now, when is my 6.5 Creedmoor precision rifle coming?
Gun drawn.
Stop the tow.
Roger, stop the tow.
Execute.
So we had 1, 2 out of 3. Captain Phillips dies. Gotta do better than that. Okay, I'm gonna try 3 red shots. The last round was a red shot. I hit a red shot here, high, on this guy here. That's probably it, because they're all high. That's red shot on this guy. So if you can hit, it's just the optic. I think it's a lot to do with the optic. Because you get a 16-inch barrel, they're good, they're really good. Daniel Defense, a great one. M400, Sig Sauer, great rifles. You have a low power optic, a 1X. I'm trying to do a 3X dot out of it, big dot. It's going to be really tough to get a 225-yard shot on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've missed one. There were 2 challenges with the 225-yard shot. We had an unstable platform with the 3 of us standing shoulder to shoulder. Our heartbeats moved my sights. The 3X dot on the Daniel Defense and the Sig made it nearly impossible for someone who has had multiple eye surgeries. My BCM MK had no issues with the 3 5-inch by 5-inch red shots in a row with the M193 ammo, but with a stable platform, I'm guessing I could close in on a 2.5-inch spread at 225 yards. I really felt bad about this scene because I didn't set Rodney up for success at all. He had a 0% overall hit rate. His eyesight and slight hand tremors were the culprits. Lee had a 21% overall hit rate. Lee's culprit was a 3X dot with little experience beyond 75 yards. I had an 88% hit rate, including the harder red shots. I attribute my very modest results to the gear. BCM MK with better optics and reading Ryan Cleckner's book. To be candid, with my gear, I should have been at 100% accuracy with 100% red shot. So back to the drawing board on this one. right, guys, what did you think of the experience?
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Love to do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you guys just had a contest for $1, right? And the idea was whoever had the most headshots, is that right?
Yep.
And you had like, how many? Did you count them?
3 or 4?
4, 5.
4. And you had how many?
Well, if you include the neck, maybe.
Yeah, I call it 5. Plus, there's something to be said about baby boomers. I think we need to have like a double. So if you had 5, that means you got 10. How many did you get? 9?
9.
There you go. That's it. Right? That's it.
I guess
You know. Yep.
But
That was a lot of fun.
You gotta let the crippled dad win once in a while.
Yeah.
But then I don't hear the end of it.
I know. You can't let him win. You would never let him win when he was a kid, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah.
And it's really.
You had to earn it. He had to earn it,
It's really
right?
showing now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to earn it.
But it was a great time.
That was
Really
good. Although we didn't achieve our goal of rescuing Captain Phillips in the 225-yard scene and we were fired on the spot,
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
we easily did it in the 90-yard scene. I'd like to find a retired sniper, ideally someone who knows the Mark 12, to come out and do a proper video with me. Help me find someone good, and when the video hits a home run, they'll get all the ad revenues.